Welcome to Jennifer to the Rescue. I said that funny. Welcome to Jennifer to the Rescue. I am Jennifer Johnson, and just wanting to wish you a happy spring, and it's finally actually sprung, I think. Spring has sprung. We are here at the beautiful Wofford Theater, and I want to say thank you to Logan Street Signs and Banners for being our wonderful hosts and sponsors, letting me bring my wonderful guests in every week and getting to share this platform with them so that you know about them. Before I forget, I always forget to say jennifertotherescue.com. Gives you a lot more information on me, and I call myself a lyrical appreciation expert, and yes, you can read all about it on my website, and I'm a musician and I do a number of things. But like I said, love to have great guests, and this is Bob Hanson with Bethel Lutheran Church.
Glad to be here.
We are glad you're here. You never know who's going to show up on Bethel. We have once a month when we do Bethel. What's new at Bethel, I guess is what I've called it in my social media. And Bethel Lutheran Church is up in the corner here in Noblesville. It's up on the corner of 206 and Cumberland. You come up, it's a beautiful church, sits right on the corner, and I'm sure there's some flowers and different things blooming, but there's a beautiful steeple. But Bob got nominated this month to come and share what's new at Bethel, and actually, before we start with Bethel, Bob, tell us who you are. Why do I care that you're... No, I'm very happy to have you here. I always try to tell people, there's got to be a reason that I brought you aboard here. So tell us a little bit about Bob Hanson.
Well, I'm here today to talk about one of the most exciting things that Bethel Lutheran Church is doing in the field of missions. Before that, just my own personal background. Yes. I am a lawyer. And for 21 years, until I retired about 4 years ago, I was an administrative law judge for the Social Security Administration. So I've done a large range of kind of trial things in law, in appellate things, in some ivory tower work. I've done all kinds of cases as a trial lawyer. I did some things in the Army. I did some judging. I've done some very serious criminal work, and I've done a lot of Social Security and administrative law. So that's kind of my professional background. I have been retired for about 4 years, and right now one of my major efforts is involved with the missions committee at Bethel Lutheran Church. And can I tell you about the background of the missions committee?
Sure, but tell us, so you and your wife, your family, do you have children?
Yes, I have 2 children. I'm married. My wife's name is Gay. She is the chair of the missions committee. She was a little busy today, but so she sent me.
Well, I don't think she was worried that you wouldn't be able to talk. You're doing a great job. So tell us, though, you live in Indianapolis, but you were attracted to Bethel.
Yes.
You've been members for what, 3 years?
We've been members for a little over 3 years. We came up because we were attracted by the fact that Bethel had joined the North American Lutheran Church. The North American Lutheran Church has 4 core values, and those values were extraordinarily appealing to us when we were reading about what was going on in American Lutheranism. It's Christ-centered, mission-driven, traditionally grounded, and congregationally focused. And those values were things that had a lot of appeal for us. So, and we do have 2 grown children. We have to get their names are Wendy and Derek. But we had to get in the fact that those core values were just so important to us that we decided we would come up and give Bethel a try. And the thing about that was we had walked in a little early before the service the first time that we came up, which was in January of 2012.
You ventured in January? Are you crazy?
Well, it was one of the things we worried about was because it is a bit of a drive distance, for us. Yes. And we wondered if it would be difficult for us, particularly in difficult weather circumstances, to get up to Bethel. It's proved not to be an issue. In fact, we're there every Sunday.
Yes, you are.
So we are quite pleased with the congregation and with the things that it's doing, and with the things it's doing in mission.
And you said you showed up early on January Sunday, and who did you meet first? Did you say?
Very first person we met was the pastor, Doug Gast. And Doug was on your show last month, I believe. Yes. And he was right on us. We walked in the door. It was about still 45 minutes till worship began, and Doug saw us, and we had just a really great chat, and that confirmed our decision to start attending worship at Bethel.
So the rest is history, as the saying goes. But so missions. I distracted you. You started saying something about missions, the history. Because really, prior to the NALC, we hadn't really done as much with the missions, right? The missions really, it was just a different...
Right. Well, what happened, Doug, when he took to heart this business about being mission-driven and congregationally focused, and putting those two core values together, Doug decided we had to do more in mission than we've been doing. And he decided to ask to form a mission committee, solicit people who were interested. And Gay and I had, from one of our previous churches we'd been in, had some experience with doing mission.
Right.
So we decided to go along, and the next thing you know, Gay was the chair. And
I remember that, because I was part of the council when she came, and I'm like, boy, what a wonderful woman. Okay.
She is.
Yes, she is.
And so...
She didn't even pay me or anything to say that. Go ahead.
And so we decided to look at what we were doing, and we discovered that we had a nice solid handful of local missions, and those were being done very well, but we thought maybe we could augment some of their efforts some. We could add some local missions, and we did add some, but then it was in the area of national and international missions that we really decided we could make a difference. And so we began to explore. At about the same time, Doug was making an international mission trip to Ethiopia, which is the fastest growing Lutheran church in the world. And Doug, when he came back, was just on fire for doing some things with mission in various places. And so the committees met and decided how we would prioritize our efforts. And having done that, we really took off in the area of missions. We have about 20 missions that we support.
20, not 21. What we're going to do is we're going to come back from the break, and we'll let you kind of dig into explain a little bit, because really I've been a member of Bethel for 17 years, something like that, and my goodness, some of this stuff is just like, really? Wow, how exciting is this? The best way to reach somebody in the missions committee, though, would be missions at Bethel Lutheran Church.
That is our website. And we're happy to discuss missions, to evaluate someone who wants to do a mission, and we're happy just to touch base, share prayer, whatever people want to do if they want to get in touch with us.
There's all kinds of ways that a mission work can be done. And BethelLutheranChurch.com is the website for the church. And instead of giving you a bunch of emails and phone numbers, just check out the website. But also missions at Bethel Lutheran Church will get you... Probably Gay will probably be responding, I would assume. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back, and Bob's going to tell us all about the 20 missions, right? Okay.
I'm pumped.
Okay. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. The 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters, with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
Welcome back. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with welcome. Is it? It's not that hard, but I'm Jennifer Johnson, Jennifer to the Rescue. And you can certainly check out jennifertotherescue.com. It's my website, and love to have you comment on something or email me through that. I would love to know what you're looking for. But this is so cool because I get to come every week and share this wonderful space here at the Wofford Theater, and all because of our wonderful sponsors, Logan Street Signs and Banners. We get to come on here and share whatever is going on. But once a month, first Tuesday of the month, it's already April, and we are talking to Bob Hanson with the Missions Committee from Bethel Lutheran Church. And Bethel Lutheran Church is the church I go to, so I am kind of preferential. But I love to hear things that most of this is stuff I don't know. I mean, I think the missions committee is, you walk into a beautiful church, Bob, and it looks just gorgeous, but you don't realize all these things that are going on that people aren't necessarily seeing when they walk in the door.
Well, we're doing quite a bit in the area of missions. It was an idea of the North American Lutheran Church to ask congregations to do at least one local, one national, and one international mission. Okay. And as I say, we had a pretty good selection already of local missions.
Right.
But we added some. We added a veterans ministry. And they are terrific people. And one of the things we do when we have a mission, we like to have a relationship. We get to know the people. So it's more than, now oftentimes there is indeed a financial need, but it's more than just sending off a check. Because if we're going to have true partnership and mission involvement, we want to know the people. And we want to get involved in the work they're doing and have them feel a stake in what we're doing as partners in Christ. And so we invite the people to come to Bethel, to be involved in Bethel, and we get to know them. And so the people that run the veterans ministry, for example, are in many ways personal friends, as well as people that we work with and we provide some financial support for. Also, we already had a prison ministry where you could where people went and visited with juvenile offenders, but now we were able to provide them some relatively inexpensive Bibles because the young people there had, in many cases, never owned a Bible of their own. And so we found, through another of our mission partners, a supplier of fairly inexpensive Bibles. That's one of the benefits of having these mission partnerships.
Sure,
and so we were able to now actually distribute the Word of God to young people who hadn't had it before. And one of the things that we do, we're sponsoring a blood drive on April 26th.
Yes, blood drive.
And so we usually give about 30 units of blood every year to the Indiana Blood Center. And this year we're adding something new. We're letting people have an opportunity to do double red cell donation, which is, you still give the pint of blood, but instead of just donating the unit, this has a double quantity of red cells, which makes that blood very useful for use in transfusions, among other, and for treatment for diseases like leukemia. So that's something that we're doing.
You said that April 26th?
April 26th, from 8 in the morning until 1 p.m. And yes, and that's available to people in the community as well as members of Bethel Lutheran Church, and they can find out more by going on the Blood Center website, the Indiana Blood Center website.
You could just come out to Bethel and visit, stay for a service, give your blood, and
and the slide shows what is a great truism, that while I have never had a blood transfusion, and I'm fortunate in that respect, a blood donor saved my life. That Jesus Christ, who offers me forgiveness of sins and redemption, offers me a great gift through his blood, and by giving our blood, we can offer the gift of life to other people.
Wow.
So then those are the kinds of things that we do locally. and then nationally and internationally. I talked
Right.
a bit about Doug's mission trip to Ethiopia.
Right.
And when he was there, he met a young pastor who has a small church in an area that's about 85 to 95% Muslim. So, but he's operating a Lutheran church. And Doug met with him, talked with him, and there were tears streaming down Doug's face because he had this great feeling that God wanted him to partner with this church. And so as a result, we've developed a friendship with the young pastor there. We exchange emails. Next year, in 2016, Doug hopes to go back and spend another 3 weeks in Ethiopia working with his congregation. In the meantime, we were able to send them some music equipment. They needed, and I know that would be something close to your heart,
that's close
Jennifer.
to my heart, yeah.
Yes, we were able to send them a keyboard and a sound system that they could use, and it was the idea of getting these things from central Indiana to northern Ethiopia was a bit harrowing. It was not the easiest thing that's ever been done. There were a lot of arrangements, and it was fairly expensive, but we were able to do that, and so that's
awesome.
That's an ongoing partnership. In addition, we sponsor a partnership with Water Missions International, which works to supply clean water for people in Africa and in Asia and places in Central America. But Africa and Asia are their real centers, and they work purifying water. And to show you what kind of results they have, they set up a purification center near a fishing village on the shores of Lake Uganda. And it's got pipes all over the place. It looks like kind of like a kid's jungle gym. And so when they set this up and started to pour clean water out for the people, they were so successful that the amount of waterborne illness that was in that community disappeared. And they were able actually to take the village health community, the health center, which was a mobile health center, move it someplace else, because the amount of waterborne illness had absolutely just gone away as a result of this water mission. So we sponsor them. We sponsor the seminary of the North American Lutheran Church, or we'll provide for a seminarian, either for someone from Bethel or for a mission partner, and we're in the middle of exploring that right now. And we have a logo. Right away,
There you go.
right away, we decided that this was going to be our logo. This the B with the superscript 3, as math people know, means square, cubed. And so this B cubed stands for Blessings Beyond Bethel. And we put these up all over the place. We have this on our paperwork. Here's a folder about our mission efforts. So we have the B cube there. We have actual B cubes. So that's kind of our logo. And then we have domestic missions. And I'm going to talk about those a bit more when we come back.
You're good. I was going to say, well, you probably just, let's make sure, though, missions at BethelLutheranChurch.com. If you have questions, you just want somebody, you're reaching out, you're looking for some help. I don't know. I mean, that's what missions is all about, right? Just let us know, or let us know. Let Bob know, and Gay, his wife, who's the actual chair of the committee, will, I'm sure, be involved in answering. And also BethelLutheranChurch.com. There is a phone number, 317-773-4315. People are really busy at Bethel, so you want to try a number of different ways to get it. We will come back, and you can pick up where you left off, and
Very good.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thanks.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
gosh, that's the third segment I've stumbled over. Welcome. It shouldn't be that hard. Jennifer Johnson, Jennifer to the Rescue, and jennifertotherescue.com. And you certainly could call me at 317-513-6823 if you have particular questions about what is it that you do, Jennifer. One of the many things I do, but I have most fun doing, is bringing wonderful guests to Logan Street, to the Wofford Theater that is sponsored by Logan Street Signs and Banners. And Bob Hanson's been doing a great job with what's new at Bethel Lutheran Church for April. Actually, it's not new just in April. It's been going on, but obviously it's a ongoing mission of the church to substantially build our mission.
That's right.
Department, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you were talking about
domestic missions, because that's the kind of the third leg of the triangle here that we work on. Domestic missions are kind of real fun because we get to not only know the people through emails and other kind of communications, we get to meet and work with the people. And so one of the missions that I mentioned already was our mission partner in Wabash, Indiana, Living Faith. Now, Gay and I went up to visit the folks at Living Faith, and at the time, they said the major thing that we need to know or need to have from you is a sense of community, to know that we aren't out here just on our own, that there's another nearby Lutheran church with the same core values that's doing the same kind of work. And so, as a result, we formed a partnership with them, and it just so happens that they've now called a pastor, and that pastor is got a background in doing mission work. He worked as a missionary in India for several years, and so as a result, we've really got a soul brother the pastor of that church. On the other hand, there's another church in Gothenburg, Nebraska, named Trinity Lutheran Church, and they really were just trying to put up a building. We exchanged some emails with them, but mostly what they needed was for a variety of churches to send them a little financial help so they could get their building built, and last year they were able to do that and begin worshiping in that space. Our other two real close personal missions that we have are with a couple of Hispanic congregations in Florida. One has been established now for almost 3 years, and that's Iglesia Luterana San Pedro, which translates to St. Peter's Lutheran Church. And that was a church that was doing a lot of great things in the Miami area with Hispanic people. And you wonder, well, why is this Lutheran church, which primarily or traditionally has involved people from Northern Europe and Scandinavia, what are you doing with recruiting all these Hispanic mission partners? And it's because that's one of the populations in the United States that really is questing for knowledge about the Lord, and the Lutheran Church is having a great outreach and having great success with its outreach to Hispanic populations. So because I speak un poquito de español, a little bit of Spanish, I was able to call there and talk to their pastor. His name is Eddie Perez, who speaks very fine English. And so
did he laugh a little?
We did. Well, I think he probably waits until I'm not listening, and then he says, oh boy, that guy's Spanish or something.
Yeah.
So in any event, I called Pastor Eddie and touched base with him. He came and visited us at Bethel for a weekend, preached for a weekend, and we've been down. I've been to Miami with my wife. I preached at their church. Pastor Eddie runs a radio ministry, which is a marvelous thing. It covers the southeast United States. It even goes into the prisons, and Eddie gets correspondence from people who are in some of the federal penitentiaries who have never heard the word of Jesus. And so Eddie has got this real following on the radio down in Miami. And we've been down a couple of times to visit now, and we're treated like family. They are just the best people in the world. I love them a lot. Brothers and sisters in Christ, and I'm really looking forward to having Eddie and his family come back to Bethel in 2016. The other thing, Pastor Doug was just down there because he was preaching at Bethel Lutheran Church, when he was down there, he met another Hispanic pastor. Her name is Lisette Colon, and she is starting a Hispanic Lutheran congregation in Kissimmee, Florida, which is called Iglesia Evangelica Luterana Reconciliación, which, reconciliación is a fairly easy word for English speakers to understand, because what it is Lutheran or Reconciliation Evangelical Lutheran Church is what that what that all means. It's a new congregation just getting off the ground in Kissimmee, Florida, and so we're starting a partnership relationship with them, and it's really excited to be able to do those kinds of
oh my
things.
Goodness, yes. And it's, are you done?
I'll take a breather.
That isn't it. That isn't, I know. Well, that's what I said, though. It is amazing when you walk in. I mean, it's a beautiful church, but who would have known? I'm a member for, I don't know if I've been 17 years, I don't know. But amazing, all the things that are going on. So what are future? Did we touch on that?
Taking our blessings beyond Bethel, we want to expand the mission partnerships that we have, and we have ongoing efforts. For example, we've been able, I told you about finding out from our Wabash mission partner about inexpensive Bibles to take to the prison ministry. We've now been sending Spanish language Bibles from the same publisher down to our Miami mission partners. We want to deepen our relationship with Reconciliación, with Reconciliation Lutheran Church, and we're always on the lookout to add new things. We want to do more things with the hunger money that we raise, and we want to do more things with our water missions. So if we can and we want to sponsor a seminarian to the North American Lutheran Seminary, or to another church that does postgraduate theological education. So those are the kinds of things that we're interested in. We can't rest, we can't stop, we can't be content. We've got to we've got to keep moving.
Well, you know what? I know that it's very likely that you'll be back in some future month, but I know what is coming up. Can you give me? I know that we've got the rummage sale coming up.
Yes.
Pretty soon.
We have two big events that are coming up for the mission committee. The first is the one I mentioned, our blood drive.
Blood drive.
That blood drive from 8 to 1 on April 26th.
Hopefully we can maybe get it back on the screen, but April 26th, and that's from 8 to 1?
Yes, and people can register at Indiana Blood Center's website.
Okay.
And then the other thing that we have, and this is not a mission a committee responsibility in the church, but it is something that's very important to Bethel Lutheran Church. It's a great fundraiser and a great community outreach, and that's the congregational rummage sale, which is June 5th and 6th.
And they always they come up so quick, but that place is it is unbelievable, that place. Bethel Lutheran Church is just a wonderful place to be no matter what, but it's really cool during the rummage sale. I'd been a member for many years and never was able to participate until a couple of years ago, and I'm like, really? I've missed this? This is too unbelievable. But you know what? Thank you, Bob, very much for coming.
My pleasure.
And, you can certainly go to the website, BethelLutheranChurch.com. The phone number, 317-773-4315. You can also email missions, so it's missions@BethelLutheranChurch.com to find out more. And Bob, thank you for taking time out. I didn't think we'd run out of things to talk about, and I know there was much more we could have probably hit on, but you'll come back, won't you?
Anytime.
Okay.
And I'll promise not to sing. I'll leave that to you.
Okay, well, we'll do that another time. You know what? I always try to leave you with an upbeat, and we're out of time, but the biggest thing I always try to say is, people forget what you said and did, but they never forget how you made them feel, and that's not my quote, it's Maya Angelou, but I think that is, Bethel just makes you feel like, and you don't have to be a member. Just come and visit sometime. You'll walk out saying exactly what we've all said after we visited one time. This is a special place. And we thank you very much for tuning in. Jennifer to the Rescue every Tuesday at noon. I guess it is. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Have a great day.